CNT125, our firewall security lab. The last part of the lab, we're going to add a software firewall. So real quickly, we had router configured, switch configured, VLANs, VLAN trunks, up to the router sub interfaces. Then we added some access lists on here so that any traffic from the VLAN 20 network is getting filtered. So things like FTP, Telnet, SSH are not allowed out of this network. Now, we're going to add just another level of filtering, if you will. This VLAN 10 PCs are allowed to do anything. We are going to put a software firewall over here that denies ICMP traffic coming from VLAN 20. So we're going to open up VLAN 10 PC over here, and we are going to go to the desktop and look at the firewall, or grab the firewall that's in here, this IP4 firewall. We're going to make sure we're set for this interface. We're going to turn this firewall on, and we're going to set a rule that we're going to block any inbound ICMP traffic from VLAN 20. So we'll say deny, and we're going to over here select ICMP. We're going to put the subnet 192.168, and that subnet for me was the 192.0 subnet. And the wildcard mask 00, in my case 63.255, that's my inverse mask. We're going to add that because we're going to deny ICMP from this subnet is what it amounts to. And then we need to permit any other traffic. Otherwise nothing would get through. Emails, files, nothing. So now we're going to say permit or allow. We'll say any IP traffic from anywhere. The wildcard mask in this case is this, and we'll add. And I can do a save here if you will. So now it's going to deny ICMP from this network, but allow other IP traffic through. So what we'll do is from VLAN 10, oops, get out of there. I moved my box up there. How about that? Get that back there. All right. So over here on our VLAN 10 PC, we're going to ping our HTTP server. We'll browse the HTTP server, all that kind of good stuff. And then we'll do the same thing on VLAN 20. So here we'll open up VLAN 10 PC. We're going to ping our HTTP server 10.10.10.3. We're able to get it. We're also going to browse to the HTTP server. So all of our regular traffic we'd be doing, www.cnt.org, all of our regular traffic is permitted. There's nothing has changed. Okay. Let's go to VLAN 20 PC. Let's do the same thing. We should be able to ping our web server 10.10.10.3 because we're not blocking that. And we should be able to browse to www.cnt.org. No problems there. So all the regular traffic is still working and permitted through. The only thing we've added was if VLAN 20 PC tries to ping VLAN 10 PC, it won't work. So here, oops, here is my IP. I want to make sure I have the right IP, 192.168.128.10. So I'm going to open up my VLAN 20 PC and I'm going to try to ping 192.168.128.10. From PC2 over here, I'm going to try to ping PC1. And if my software firewall over here is working correctly, that traffic will get denied. I won't be able to ping that PC. Even though I ping the web server and browse the web server and everything else, this software firewall over here on VLAN 10 PC is stopping that ping traffic, which is exactly what I wanted. This is another piece of the overall puzzle. I might have my ASA doing certain filtering. I might have my router in my network doing certain filtering. And then I might have software firewalls on PCs doing a different level of filtering, depending on what my needs are in my network. So there real quickly is, now I had them separated out that, the ASA was over here on this branch, the router was over here on this branch, and then software firewall here. In real life, they would probably be all together in the same network, all doing the functions I had you do. Some overall filtering here, some more specific filtering here, and even more specific filtering down here. And all that comes together to kind of like an overall security plan in a network. Alrighty, there is the last piece of our security lab. Do make sure you save your packet tracer file if you have not already. I'm saving mine right now. That'll get submitted along with your ASA config, router config, switch config. And then here are a handful of questions you'll want to answer and put into a text file. Some of these you're going to need to look up. Some are going to come out of your reading. Some are going to need to look up. And some are going to be from things you did in the lab with your ACLs and what kind of firewalls and that sort of thing, and your port numbers down here. So this will be a combination from your book reading, a little bit of looking up on your own, and some of the things you learned from lab. Pull all those files together, submit them to D2L, and your security and firewall lab is good.